There is a reason why over 90% of people have failed their New Year's resolutions by now. They all simply lack the knowledge of what makes a goal work and how to stick to it. In this video, I'll cover the 3 mistakes people make that make them destined for failure. So let's begin with mistake number 1. New year, new me is total bullshit. If you have to wait for a specific day to get started on your goals, you're subconsciously telling yourself the goal isn't worth it. If it was, you'd start now. Even saying you'll start tomorrow makes the goal seem unimportant and gives you permission to quit. Think about it. Who's more likely to get in shape? The guy waiting for New Year's or the guy who starts right now? It's obviously the second guy. If your goal is important to you, you do not wait. You act. Mistake number 2. People think failing their goals means they're done. This could not be further from the truth. Failing is a part of the process. It's a sign of future success. When I started going to the gym, I skipped so many workouts before becoming consistent. Most people would think, I skipped a week, so the 3 sessions I went to were wasted. No! Those 3 sessions weren't wasted. They were 3 experience points towards your exercise skill and your discipline skill. Yes, discipline is a skill, and you can only build it up by failing and trying again and again. You don't wake up consistent just because it's January 1st. You become consistent by failing, learning, and leveling up. Over time, you'll fail less and less, and eventually, chasing your goals becomes a habit. And when something becomes a habit, it no longer requires discipline to stick to it. If you don't quit, you will figure out what is required to reach your goal. Mistake number 3. The biggest mistake 99% of people make is setting output-related goals instead of input-related goals. Let me explain. Outputs are the results you hope for, like losing 15 kilograms, while inputs are the actions you take to get there, like dieting. For example, let's say that Joe wants a 6-pack, so he does what everyone does and sets an output-related goal. I want to get a 6-pack, but he doesn't think about the inputs, like exercising, and instead, he focuses entirely on the results. Here's the problem. Every day Joe doesn't get a 6-pack, he feels like a failure. That feeling builds up until he quits, because in his mind, quitting feels better than feeling like a failure every single day. So what should he do instead? He should focus 100% on the inputs required to reach that output goal. For example, to get a 6-pack, you need to do 2 things. Number 1, exercise your abs, and number 2, reduce the belly fat covering your abs. That's it. Let's break those 2 things down into actionable daily or weekly steps. Number 1, exercise your abs. Train them 3 times a week and gradually make the exercise harder over time. You don't need those crazy 15-minute ab workouts on YouTube. Just focus on progressively overloading the muscle. Number 2, lose belly fat. This is more about losing fat overall since you can't target fat loss. Long story short, burn more calories than you consume and you'll lose weight. So the actionable daily step here would be to only eat within your calorie budget every day. If you want to learn more about this, then check out my video on how I lost 10 kilograms in 6 weeks. So by focusing on what you can control, the inputs, instead of what you can't control, the outputs, you'll feel successful every day because you're doing the work and consistently checking items off of your to-do list. That sense of progress will keep you extremely motivated. Like, subscribe, and see you soon.